Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to week 3 of Kit Conspiracy, which is a project MK and I've been doing for a few years now, where we build the same or very similar kits and work with them exclusively for a week and try to create as much as with them. We try to do 2 kits from our stash and then 2 purchased kits. In the past, we have done just purchased kits. We've also done just, I don't know if we've actually done a whole month of just, yes, I think our first one was a whole month of kits that were just built out of our stash because we had things in common that were really old and we were able to build stuff like that. But as we started using things up, we don't have as much in our old stash that matches up. So we had to go to building 2 and purchasing 2. This week, we are using kits based off of our 2024 cruise kit, where we taught during a Caribbean cruise, and we did an entire, well, a 20 or 22 page album or something like that. I don't know. It was a lot of pages. I think maybe 2025 was 22 pages. Maybe 2024 was slightly less. I'm not sure. It all runs together. It's a big blur. So we started out our cruise kits, our actual cruise kits, using the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Coastal Collection. And I have a lot of that, as you can see here, with regard to these foam stickers. So that's in my kit, and I think MK has one as well, but more of her front side is used and mine, more of the back side is used, because, you know, that's how we do things. I think we both have this, but I think she might actually have a full sheet of this washi. This is 49 in Market Beached washi tape. I've used some of this, so I just have this little bit left, and then I have this side. So we'll see if I get to use that. We both have these. These are actually just from the dollar store, and I just happened to see them and pick them up because it had the big leaves. I don't think I'm going to use this one. There's 2 of each. I don't think I'll use those, but I might use these. And I bought her a set as well. I've got scraps. We are always allowed to pull in scraps, and we are allowed to pull in cardstock. So I'm going to set aside most of these scraps because most of them are pretty small, except for that piece. Yeah, most of them are pretty small. These are just offcuts of pieces I have been using in this album, and I don't have much of the original left, but these are all pieces that I keep adding and kind of extending my album out further. This is just embellishments that are random embellishments. There are a few things that are actually from the Simple Vintage Coastal Collection, which would be like these cards that are left over that I didn't use. You can see I had more than 1 sheet of this paper because there's 2 of those and 2 of those, which is probably why I have so many of those leftovers, because I had 2 sheets. There's a bunch of like little frames in here. These are from the 49 in Market Elena collection. Elena collection. But I don't know if MK has those in hers, but these are just like leftover embellishments. So we do allow ourselves to pull that in. Okay, I have scraps and scraps. I think we're considering all those scraps. I think she's got a full sheet of this. I only have a half sheet left, but I went ahead and counted it as a paper because I think I have some other greens that she doesn't have, so they kind of balance each other out. Like I said, kits are not going to be exact. They're going to be very similar though. I've got all of these tickets. Her tickets, I believe, are different. This is, I think, from Vicky Bouton's Where to Next, I believe. So yeah, pretty sure. And then I've got this gray from Simple Vintage Berry Fields. It's very red on the other side. Don't think I'll use that, but I do have that. I know she's got one because I think I gave her one. I've got this piece from the Morning Dew collection. I think this is where I've got a green that's like this, and then her green is slightly different. We both have this, something that is peachy. Hers is a different design than mine, but still got that peachy look. Mine does happen to have beachy kind of stuff on the B side, I guess this is technically the A side, but I don't know that she has beachy stuff on her A side. She has a 12 by 12 of this sheet of paper, which is from Fifth and Monaco. I have two 6 by 8s because I have the 6 by 8 paper pad. She has something that has a similar, I don't know, distressed bluish kind of color. This is from Heidi Swap's Art Walk. It's called Sea to Sky. I loved this collection, and frankly, I'm surprised she didn't have it. It's very, very right up her alley with the exception of the pink pieces. This is from Heidi Swap Set Sail, and I think we both have a sheet of that. And then these are actually some of the solids from Simple Vintage Coastal. And then the flip sides are pink and turquoise. You can bet that MK is probably going to be using these two. I don't think she'll use the pink side, but that's okay. This is Heidi Swap Set Sail. You can see how, even though these are from the original collection that we purchased to go with this kit, I actually don't think we had the solids in the kit, but we had the patterned papers. We used the solids from the Echo Park, I think it's a girl, which were very similar, but we were able to find those a lot easier than we could find the solids in this one. I just happen to have several of one sheet, but not enough for a whole class. But you can see where they kind of like all merge together, and this is kind of how we were able to like extend our kit further, if you will. This is, these pieces are actually Simple Vintage Coastal. So I had extra sheets because I believe I had purchased some of this before the cruise happened. And so these were in my stash as extras out of my personal stuff. This one has a little tear, but that's okay. So Simple Vintage Coastal. This one's got a printed background on the back, a text print. This one is a map print in Pinky Peach. And this one is a very pink. We pulled in some Heidi Swap Set Sail in the gray because, you know, gray goes with everything. And then here's again where I think she's got that full sheet of green that has the trees on it. And then she had a couple other greens, so I pulled in these two greens. So this is from 49 and Markets Everywhere. It's one of their foundation papers. This is actually from Cartabella's Cool Summer, which actually either side goes with it. This is again one of the original ones that we had in the kit, but it is not from Coastal. It is 49 and Markets Cartography. So this was one we had in our kit for the actual cruise, and you can see that goes very well with it. I don't think MK has the backside on hers though, because she doesn't have that same green paper. She has a different green paper. And then we, of course, have to have some wood grain in there to warm things up. And our wood grains are going to be slightly different because we didn't have exact same ones, but we have similars. So we gave ourselves quite a few wood grains to choose from. I don't know that I'll need this many. She might need this many, but I don't know if I will, but we'll see. So we gave ourselves quite a few different wood grains in different depths of color or ranges of color. This one's a little more gray. This one's a lighter brown with the gray mixed in. This one's like the whitewashed. This one's got kind of the orange undertones. This is actually, I think this is maybe a Felicity Jane paper. This one was actually from our kit. This is this Simple Stories. It's a ledger on the other side. It's called Walnut Cream Ledger. So that was from our original kit. And that's it for that. And much like the Alaska kit, we pulled in the corrugated cardboard because we actually did use these in our original class kits. So we pulled that in to be able to keep bringing in more of that element. And then I have several tags from the Heidi Swap Set Sail, and I think she's got a sheet like this. I think actually I gave her one sheet and I have one sheet. I don't remember, but yeah, I think maybe I gave her one, or maybe she already had it. I don't know. It's all a jumble in my mind. It's amazing I can remember anything. So that is pretty much what we've pulled in for that. As far as embellishments go, I don't have a set thing of embellishments because I don't think we actually pulled in specific embellishments. I have leftovers, like this was a P13 paper and it's got these trees on it. I've used most of the paper. I don't know that I will use the girls, but I might use the trees and the sunglasses and the hat. Maybe the ice cream, I don't know. I like to have stuff like this in my kit. This would be in my scrap bin normally, but I will just cut leaves out of that. We do have lots of, these are just leftover mixed media pieces I made from another piece of paper that I was working on. I don't know. It's got little fish, but they look really cool when they're shimmery. And then I've got flip-flops. Leftover bits from previous things. Now this was in our class kit. Well, you could buy it as an add-on, and it has the name of each of the ports. And the only one I have not used is the actual name of the ship, because we actually had acrylic cutouts of the ship. Maybe they were wood. Oh my goodness. It's making me second guess myself, you guys. So let's see here. They're acrylic, white with blue, and they have the date on them. So I have not used the actual one that says Oasis of the Sea, but here you can see quite a few different things that are in my album in case you have missed it. I'm not going to flip through everything because there are 3 of these albums, but you can see lots of the same colors going throughout. And so I will be bringing in various different kind of embellishments. I don't have a lot of the simple vintage coastal stuff left, otherwise I would be using that. And I'll just be adding stuff from my stash or using die cuts to create different things. So that is it for this week's kit. I can't wait to get started on this one because I'm almost done with this album. At least I feel like I am. I know I'll have at least 3 layouts this week, probably more. Usually with Kit Conspiracy, I end up making 5 or 6 layouts, but we'll see. As we get closer to the holidays, it does get a little bit harder because, you know, there might be travel coming up and all that kind of stuff. So trying to work ahead before the end of the month. So that's it. I don't know what days we're posting our layouts on, but you know, come back and check it out. Hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit that bell for notifications so that you can be notified when we release new videos, and then you will know when we release stuff for our kits. Now with Kit Conspiracy, you can build any kit you want. You do not have to have the same kit we are using. The idea is to try to stash bust one kit as much as you can throughout a week. So we also like seeing what the other person creates because our styles are very different, but somehow we're able to put classes together and make cohesive albums that work very well together. So it's kind of always an adventure, and it always works out, and we always have fun doing it. So yeah, this will be fun to see what we both end up creating using all of these different things. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys again real soon with another video using this kit, and then I will see you next Saturday releasing our 4th and final kit for the month. Thanks for watching.